Hello, everyone. So this is my third data evaluation reflection on my PBL or project-based learning project uh, in my class. And my class comprises of mostly first to fifth graders. So we're looking at 7-year old all the way up to 10, 11-year old. Again, there's a mixture of age based on their English ability as opposed to grade level. This is a private English center outside of school. Students generally enter class in the evening time or the weekends. So several things I wanted to talk about. First is the data. I'm having difficulties with aligning data compared to the past two data evaluations. Uh, the reason for that is that on the Moreland um, website, it doesn't have specific names. It's just student one, student two, student 10. So I have to go back and track and make sure that they're aligned. The reason why I have to track is that because some students dropped out, and if the names don't match, then it throws off the scores. That's why, thank goodness, Marlon put up the Google sheet that way I'm able to put their name and track the numbers, so I can always go back and take a look at the other two evaluations based on the data that I posted. Because it's difficult to compare student one, student two, three, four, five if the numbers don't align. If students drop out or sometimes students come in, a new student come in. It's not like beginning of school year, end of school year where students leave or enter. Sometimes parents decide to just drop their students because they don't like how they don't see a progress in the student. So that's one example. Or a student's not doing well and parents just want to drop them. The second aspect is since this is a PBL project, the grading is much more subjective. So I'm able to formatively assess their artistic skill, their social skill, teamwork, as well as collaboration skill. So these are very subjective. They're not very, but it's much more holistic. It's not. I'm not measuring quantitative data, their performance based on numbers. I'm measuring their sometimes intangible aspect of uh, group work that makes things work. They may not be the brightest student or the student with high academic prowess. It's whether or not students can get along based on their teamwork and social skills, their artistic skill, something that tend to be overlooked if students do not perform well or high academically, but they have high artistic um, e, AQ or IQ in this regards. So the PBL, the advantage, the strength of PBL is that it brings out a lot of other skills in students that we tend to overlook in a conventional classroom setting. Several things that we are able to pick up is again artistic skills, social skills, communication skill, teamwork, collaboration. Obviously, these are all 21st century skills. The summative assessment is that I'm able to uh, assess their overall team project, individual as well as team. I enter the score onto the database. It's a score from 30 from 30 to 50, 50 being the highest for their just individual presentation, and then I also grade them on their group work overall presentation and project. Um, so here, as you can see, this is an example of what my students created. This is their class schedule where they discuss their week in school with with arts and crafts activities as well. The reason I implemented this, I wanted everybody to be involved, not just the strong students taking over and the weak students sit around and do nothing. So here, as you can see, they color, they cut, they paste, and they draw a schedule. Here, I also offer them a script so that when they go home, they can practice memorizing it, so that they go up and present. They don't freeze. And of course, these are students as young as 7, so it's very daunting for them to go up and present in front of class in a language that's not their mother tongue. So one thing I also noticed about this project is that there's a lot of team collaboration. Um, so this includes collaboration among students, but also collaboration among teachers and TA. So because this is a co-teach class, I had to collaborate and work it out with my co-teacher before class as well as after class to see what worked, what doesn't work. And we leave this material, the poster and the script inside class so that, and of course I provide instruction, we provide instruction to one another um, so that we can carry on to the next activity uh, continuously. So in summary, I talked about the data, how my struggle with aligning them with my prior data evaluation, the first two. I talked about the subjective grading aspect of PBL, but still it brings out other aspect 21st century skills among students. And also this type of project requires team collaborative effort from both teachers as well as TAs and among students themselves.